A lot of first-time homebuyers get in their feelings about the gap between what they want in a home and what they can afford in a home. Closing the gap is actually a lot easier than you think it is if you invest strategically in real estate with your first home purchase. I don't think most people buy their first home with the expectation that it's going to be their forever home. So instead, what I recommend for a lot of first-time home buyers that I work with is that you should buy your first home very strategically to give you a lot of equity in the future. It will then enable you to buy your dream home later down the road. Well, that's all well and good, but like, what exactly does that mean? Like, what does equity mean in terms of real estate? Basically, two ways you can build equity in real estate. There's natural appreciation and then there's forced appreciation. So an example of forced appreciation is something like doing a renovation. Like if you buy a property that's like a little bit ugly, a little dated, maybe like the kitchen cabinets need some love, the bathroom tiles are a little outdated. It's actually a great way to build equity in a home because doing kitchen and bathroom renovations is the best way to add value to a home and enable you to sell it for way more later down the road. So forced appreciation is a great way to just instantly add equity to a property and you can leverage that equity. But for people who are not super handy, like I'm not super handy to be honest, you can rely on the real estate market for natural appreciation. Now, the cool thing about real estate as a whole is that real estate naturally just increases in value over time or over the course of many years. Like not over the course of like 1 or 2 years, but over the course of many years if you hold on to a property. I'm not gonna say guarantee it's gonna go up in value, but there's a really, really strong likelihood it will go up in value. And that's why I am personally a buy and hold real estate investor in Austin, Texas, is because I really strongly believe in this particular real estate market. And I believe that holding onto these properties for a long period of time is going to enable me to build up a ton of equity in my properties that I can then leverage into other things. So some ways that you can free up that equity that you've now built up in a home is things like you can simply sell the home and that will give you the cash right away when you close. And in a worst case scenario, maybe your debt to income ratio and all of your qualifications for your loan haven't changed necessarily. So you afford the same loan amount, but now that you have this nice chunk of cash, you can put it down on another property and it enables you to buy a more expensive property. If you don't want to sell the property and you want to rent it out, you can always do something like a HELOC or a cash out refinance. If you like all things real estate, I'm your girl.